All right, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of those videos where you're going to have to ask yourself, did the police go too far in this situation, right? Down here in Georgia, right, sheriff's office, Yamaha R7 motorcycle takes off on them, high-speed police chase. It's already raining out there. It's wet on the ground. It's actively raining, inclement weather. Motorcycle in a high-speed chase. I've always been told when it comes to high-speed chases with motorcycles, you can't pit maneuver them. You can't physically hit them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You can coerce them, maybe to hit a guardrail or to fall off naturally, right? Hop in front of them, slow down kind of thing, make them lose their balance, but you can't pit maneuver them. Well, apparently this particular sheriff's office, they don't play by those rules because not only did they hit him off the bike, they ran over him. They did him dirty. That's one thing I can say. But you tell me, did they go too far? Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm at a house that makes it a house vlog. You know how it's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. I got car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, and police chases on this channel, man. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So this was a clip that was sent to me, right? Apparently, it's making its way all over Instagram and Reddit, and I think on Instagram, on TikTok too. It was a clip that was sent to me by one of my subscribers. The full video doesn't exist. I wanted you to look at it, and I wanted to get your opinion on it, and you tell me how you feel about it, because I'm not going to lie to you. From the looks of this video, they may have crossed the line, but you tell me. Let's get into it. The clip is only about 45 seconds, a minute, something like that. But either way, you tell me. We'll watch the full thing, and then we will come back to it. Raining like crazy. Yeah. He said, be still. All right, I'm going to play it back from the beginning. We're going to analyze it. So you watched it. So the first explorer goes ahead of him. All right, the second sheriff's officer pulls up on the left in the Tahoe. Now you look ahead, there was a car in this right-hand lane that forced all of these cars, including the two sheriff's officers, to slow down. So the argument can be made that the bike may have ran into the officer as opposed to the officer slowing down and forcing the bike to, I guess, crash into him. You know what I mean? Let's watch it. Everybody slows down. Now, that can be up to interpretation. You can make the argument that, you know, the biker ran into the officer. The officer had to slow down because of traffic in front of him, and the biker just happened to run into him. There's no interpretation with what's about to happen now. And he did not back that Tahoe up either. That's the push bar of the Tahoe right there. He did not back up.
Be still.
He said, be still. He said, be still, like that's going to make the pain better. Let's watch it one more time, and then we're going to, you know, talk about it. Speeds ahead. He starts slowing down. Tahoe comes on the left. Everybody's slowing down because of this car, right? Oh. Then he gets ran over. I'm not going to play it again. So apparently this is all over Reddit right now. and it's probably going to be on Instagram here in a little bit. It's making its rounds through Instagram. One of my subscribers, or a couple of my subscribers, sent this to me and wanted me to review it and get your opinion. I guess get my opinion and then get your opinion. A lot of people are kind of down the middle on this one because there are a lot of people that are of the mindset that whatever happens to you in a high-speed police chase happens to you. If you decide to run from the police, regardless of the situation, once you see those blue lights, if you choose not to stop, whatever happens to you happens to you. You took your life into your own hands. You took the lives of the other pedestrians and motorists on the road in your own hands, as well as the officer, as well as yourself. So whatever happens to you as a grown man, you made a grown man decision and you got to pay for it. There are another group of people who are also of the mindset that regardless of, what happened to, or regardless of the situation as far as you running from the police, it's still a biker. It's still a motorist or a motorcyclist, I should say, somebody on a motorcycle. And to my understanding, in every department that I've ever seen, including North Carolina, you may be able to chase them, but you can't pit maneuver them. You can't do anything physically to push them off the road, anything like that. You may be able to kind of coerce them where you get close to them. I've seen that happen a lot where, the officer or the trooper or whatever the case may be, the sheriff's officer will get close to the biker and kind of, without touching him, without bumping into him, slow down, cut his path off so that he has to run off the road or potentially run into something. But this right here was a blatant situation of the officer hit him, or did he run into the officer? So the argument can be made that the officer ran into the biker and knocked him off. The other argument could be made that the biker ran into the officer, which led to the biker being knocked off of the bike, right? That could absolve the officer of any wrongdoing. You tell me how you feel about it in the comments. We both saw the same video, but a lot of people are split down the middle. Now, what is not up to interpretation is the Tahoe running over the biker after he was already on the ground and staying on top of him and not backing up. I don't think that's up to interpretation at all. Like that right there, that's pretty egregious. You know what I mean? That's what I call, crossing that line that we talked about earlier, right? How do you feel about that? Because the fact that the dude ran over him in a Chevy Tahoe and then stayed on top of him and then basically told him to be still as if that was going to help the pain. I don't know. That's where the line gets crossed. Now, I've always been told, and you guys correct me in the comments, when it comes to motorcycles, you can't physically knock them off the road. You know what I'm saying? You can't pit maneuver them. You can cut their path off, slow down in front of them, and maybe coerce them into the grass or onto the shoulder or something like that and hope they fall. But you can't physically knock them off. That's what I've always been told. Not every department is the same, clearly, as we see here, because they don't play around in Georgia. Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, motorcycle or not, they're going to knock your ass off. They're going to end the chase one way or another. You know what I mean? And they did just that. Talk to me in the comments. How do you feel about that? A lot of people feel that once you take off on the police, whatever happens to you, happens to you. If you engage in a high-speed police chase and you take the other motorists' lives in your hand and your life in your hand and the officer's life in your hand, whatever happens to you, as in however the police stop the chase, it is what it is. You did what you did. You broke the law. And, in return, they kind of broke you. You know what I'm saying? And then other people are like, listen, it's just playing out wrong, right? It's a motorcycle. It's raining outside. You should have just let that guy go, right? For the safety of the biker, the other motorists on the road, the officers, just let that go. Turn the lights off. What do they call it? 1052? Cut the chase. You know what I mean? Oh, or 1022? I always forget. Is it 1020, 1020? I think it's 1020. 1020, chase over with. Just let them go. So it's split down the middle. You tell me how you feel about it. Did they cross the line? I don't know. But what I do know is this guy was is a really big Instagrammer. You know what I mean? Dancing_moto is his Instagram page. Bro's got 500,000. He's huge. He's big on TikTok as well. He does bike stuff. This was his GoPro footage. This was not dash cam footage. This was GoPro footage. So, I mean, this literally came from his GoPro, his POV, his perspective, which makes sense because, all we saw was his perspective in this. Check him out on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description. He's got a GoFundMe because my man, he did get hurt. He did get hurt pretty bad in this situation, man. A lot of injuries. He's alive and well. Well, he's alive. I was going to say well. He's in a hospital currently. He's got a GoFundMe up. By all means, if you feel like supporting, I'll make sure to put the link to the his Instagram page, which has his GoFundMe. Go there and support. Check him out on Instagram as well as TikTok. Like I said, he's huge on Instagram, 435,000 followers. So he's big time. So I think he does this for a living. Like he does the whole moto vlogging for a living. We only got that clip. We didn't get the full context of what happened. We don't know what initiated the high-speed chase. We don't know why he was running to begin with. We don't know any of that. Honestly, we don't even know if it was a high-speed police chase. People have been sending it to me, telling me that it was a high-speed police chase. I can only go off of that. So I can't even confirm necessarily whether or not it was a high-speed police chase, although I did see a motorcycle running from two sheriff's officers, and both of those officers did everything they could to stop him. So one could infer that it was a high-speed police chase. So I don't know why. I don't know what, precipitated it, turned it into that, but it certainly went there. But like I said, you guys talk to me in the comments. Every police department, every, law enforcement office or whatever the case may be is different. But I've always been told that when it's a biker, you pretty much got to let them go. Aside from like a crazy murder stop or a warrant stop or drugs or something crazy, for the most part, you got to let those go, especially when it's inclement weather in that situation. Motorcycle, motorists on the road, you just got to let that one go. I've seen them do that in Charlotte. I've seen CMPD just, kill that chase with the quickness. Even in highway patrol, North Carolina Highway Patrol, when it's a motorcycle involved, once again, as long as it's not a murder stop, a warrant stop, something crazy, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna X that one. 1022, I think, 1022 or 1020. One of those two, they're gonna cut that chase immediately. I could be wrong. Apparently, I'm wrong based on what I'm seeing. But real crazy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what police department that is. Some people are saying that it's Rabun County Sheriff's Office. I don't know if that's true, so we're not gonna say that definitively. People in the comments, my subscribers or my subscribers have been saying that it's that sheriff's office. Nobody knows for a fact. I couldn't tell by the video, so I'm not going to speculate. But that's just what was said to me. This is all over Reddit. You know what I mean? This is where I initially went to kind of dig deeper into it. It's all over Reddit. There's a Reddit where it's like a law enforcement Reddit, and this video was posted in it, and everybody's been commenting, and it's literally split down the middle. Some people agree with it. He took off on the police. What happens, happens. He took his life into his own hands. And then others on the other side, and they basically say, it was too much. It was too far. They crossed the line. You know what I mean? Tell me how you feel about it. You saw the video multiple times. We went over it. How do you feel about it? This is a crazy situation. It really did look like they crossed the line from my perspective, at least with the Tahoe. The argument can be made that he did run into the Explorer that was ahead of him as the officer was slowing down to avoid hitting that other car in front of him. You can make the argument that the bike ran into him, and maybe it was just kind of haphazard. The officer was in the wrong place or the right place, and he ran into him. You can make an argument that the officer knew that the biker was behind him, and he cut his path off and basically forced him to run into him. But when it comes to that Chevy Tahoe, yeah, that dude ran over him, and he stayed on top of him. There's no argument to be made there. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment. Make sure that you go to his Instagram page and support his GoFundMe. I hope that everything goes well. He heals up and makes it out of this. But, he's big on Instagram, so make sure you go support him there. Check his GoFundMe out as well. It's been your boy Knockout 360. I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.